Hello, dear students. Today's lesson is about question tags. Today we are going to look at the basic rules of question tags. В английском языке очень распространены эти предложения, которые мы можем назвать как вопросы с хвостиком. Например, It's a nice weather today, isn't it? It's a nice weather. Это у нас основное утверждение. А isn't it? Это мини-вопрос. Вопрос с хвостиком, который добавляется в конце утверждения. В английском языке такие утверждения очень распространены именно в разговорной речи, поэтому вам нужно обязательно знать такие конструкции. И сегодня мы с вами поговорим как раз-таки о них. Okay, if you're ready, let's get started. Question tags are short questions at the end of a sentence. We use question tags in spoken English or in informal written English. For example, she is pretty, isn't she? Она симпатичная, не так ли? You are going to Moscow tomorrow, aren't you? Вы едете завтра в Москву, правда? Tag questions, то есть вопросы с хвостиком. На русский язык они могут переводиться как «не так ли?», «правда?». В английском языке они встречаются гораздо чаще. Для чего они используются? Чтобы поддержать разговор, либо чтобы ободрить собеседника, либо проявить вежливость, не показаться грубым. Let's look at the meaning and use of question tags. We use question tags to check if something is true. For example, the meeting is at 10 o'clock, isn't it? So, in this sentence, the statement, the meeting is at 10 o'clock. We use a statement and then we use the question tag, isn't it? We use this question tag to check this statement. It means that person is not sure what time the meeting starts and he is checking the time. We can also use question tags to ask for agreement. It's a beautiful car, isn't it? So, in this sentence, we are looking for agreement. Мы хотим подтверждения своего высказывания. Согласен ли ты со мной? Это красивая машина, не так ли? It's a beautiful car, isn't it? When to use question tags? For an affirmative sentence, we use a negative question tag. Для утвердительного предложения мы должны использовать отрицательный вопрос с хвостиком. For example, the house is big, isn't it? The house is big is an affirmative sentence, and we use the negative question tag, isn't it? Or another example, they want to watch TV, don't they? They want to watch TV, it's an affirmative sentence, and we use a negative question tag, don't they? And for a negative sentence, we use an affirmative question tag. For example, the house isn't big, is it? So, the statement, the house isn't big, it's a negative sentence, and is it? It's an affirmative question tag. Дом небольшой, не правда? Не правда ли? They don't want to watch TV, do they? Они не хотят смотреть телевизор, не так ли? For a negative sentence, for a negative statement, we use an affirmative question tag. Let's practice a little. Tag questions are very useful. Are very useful – это у нас утвердительное предложение, поэтому в хвостике мы должны что подставить? Хвостик должен быть отрицательным. Aren't they? Tag questions are very useful, aren't they? Давайте посмотрим на следующий пример. He doesn't know that question well. Он не очень хорошо знает эту конструкцию вопроса с хвостиком. Что мы видим в этом предложении? Отрицательное утверждение doesn't know, поэтому хвостик у нас должен быть положительным. Does he? He doesn't know that question well. Does he? Итак, запомните, если утверждение положительное, то хвостик будет отрицательным. Если утверждение отрицательное, то хвостик будет положительным. Плюс-минус, минус-плюс. Let's talk about the intonation in question tags. Если мы задаем искренний вопрос, хотим узнать, действительно ли это так, то тогда мы голосом идем вверх. For example, so just to confirm, I don't need to do it this week, do I? Просто хотел бы уточнить, мне не нужно это делать на этой неделе, не так ли? It's a rising intonation. Как вы помните, tag questions употребляются чаще всего для вежливости, для поддержания разговора или для ободрения собеседника. В этом случае у нас будет интонация идти вниз, то есть голосом мы падаем вниз. You've got a new job, haven't you? У тебя ведь новая работа, Том, да? Здесь мы не задаем вопрос, а мы хотим узнать детали. Мы знаем, что у Тома новая работа и хотим услышать больше. You've got a new job, haven't you? Or another example, it's a nice day, isn't it? It's a nice day, isn't it? Хорошая погода, не так ли? Это не вопрос, это утверждение. Всем известно, что погода хорошая, и мы просто поддерживаем беседу. Таким образом, интонацией голоса мы падаем вниз. This is the fallen intonation. It's a nice day, isn't it? Let's look at the basic rules of question tags. Rule number 1. Auxiliary verbs. Вспомогательные глаголы. If the sentence has an auxiliary verb, we repeat it in the question tag. Если в предложении у нас есть вспомогательный глагол, то мы его повторяем в мини-вопросе, в вопросе с хвостиком. Okay. Affirmative to negative. Mark can play football, can't he? Mark can play football. It's an affirmative sentence. And we repeat this auxiliary verb can in the question tag, but in the negative. Mark can play football, can't he? I should call her, shouldn't I? Affirmative sentence, I should call her. We repeat the auxiliary verb should in the question tag, but in the negative form, shouldn't I? Okay, let's look at the negative to affirmative. You haven't fed the dog, have you? Haven't. It's an auxiliary verb in negative, and we repeat this verb in the question tag, but in affirmative form. Have you? They weren't listening, were you? Were they? Weren't, it's a negative auxiliary verb, and we repeat it in the question tag, but in affirmative form. They weren't listening, were they? Rule number 2, be as a main verb. If the sentence has be as a main verb, we repeat it in the question tag. Let's look at the examples. Affirmative to negative first. Mark is tall, isn't he? So we have the main verb be, and we repeat it in the question tag in negative. Mark is tall, isn't he? Let's look at the negative to affirmative. You aren't well, are you? So, again, the main verb is in negative and we repeat it in the question tag in affirmative. You aren't well, are you? Rule number 3, no auxiliary verb in the present simple. If the sentence has no auxiliary verb and is in the present simple, the question tag uses do. Let's look at the example, affirmative to negative. You like chocolate, don't you? So we have the basic verb like in affirmative, and we put in the question tag the verb do in negative. You like chocolate, don't you? Let's look at the negative to affirmative. You don't love me, do you? So, don't love me, it's negative, and we put in the question tag, we put affirmative of the verb do you? You don't love me, do you? Let's have a look at the rule number 4. No auxiliary verb in the past simple. If this sentence has no auxiliary verb and is in the past simple, the question tag uses did. Если в предложении нет вспомогательного глагола и он стоит в простом прошедшем времени, то в мини-вопросе мы будем использовать did. Affirmative to negative first. Jane went to the party, didn't she? Went is in the past simple, and we put in the question tag, we put did in negative. So we have didn't. Jane went to the party, didn't she? Negative to affirmative. You didn't clean your boots, did you? So we have negative sentence in the past simple, and in the question tag we put did in affirmative. You didn't clean your boots, did you? Now it's time for practice. Complete the following sentences with correct question tag. This watch is expensive. This watch is expensive, isn't it? You are tired. You are tired, aren't you? Lucy hasn't arrived. Has she? Lucy hasn't arrived, has she? It's still raining, isn't it? It's still raining, isn't it? Okay, let's continue. Tom was ill. Tom was ill, wasn't he? He left the room. He left the room, didn't he? They had worked. They had worked, hadn't they? Hadn't they? Gary and Nick can come. Gary and Nick can come, can't they? Okay, well done. Now you have a better understanding how to use question tags in your spoken English. I hope that everything is clear now. Do your homework in your students' books and in your workbooks. Don't forget about the deadline. It will be on the 1st of May. Okay, I wish you good luck and see you soon. Bye.